Hello and welcome to another Story Lab. We are going to be doing a vocabulary story lab today. So remember, that means, can you remember the new words and say what they mean? Just like the boy and the girl are reading a story about a cat, and they learned a new word called calico. Now you remember, calico is a type of cat that has lots of different spots and colors. So they learned that new word calico. Now I'm going to hang this up right behind me, and your job is to think of the new vocabulary words that I'm going to teach you when we read our book, and you can look here to try to remember that that's what you're supposed to be thinking about. And I have a pretty fun book today. I think a lot of you might like this. It's called Fancy Nancy Puppy Party. It's written by Jane O'Connor and Robin Priest Glasser. And there's going to be 2 vocabulary words I'm teaching you while we read this book today. The first word is exquisite. Exquisite. That's a pretty long word, and it means fancy. So every time we think of the word exquisite, we can flip our hair and say, fancy, right? Exquisite means fancy. Okay? And the other word we're going to think about is sensational. Sensational. Sensational is a word just like excellent or good job or awesome. It's sensational. So when we think of the word sensational, we're going to give a big thumbs up. Sensational. So remember, we have sensational, really good, and we have exquisite. Exquisite means fancy, so exquisite. We're going to flip our hair because we're fancy and exquisite. So let's read our story. Fancy Nancy Puppy Party. Tomorrow is Frenchie's birthday. We are having a huge celebration. That's a fancy word for party. All Frenchie's canine, that means dog, friends are coming. Their owners get to come too. Of course, the birthday girl must look extra exquisite for the party. Oh, there's our word, exquisite. Remember, exquisite means fancy. So, Frenchie gets a bubble bath. Then my dad tries to clip Frenchie's nails. She is not very fond of getting her nails clipped. Later, I brush her fur until it's gleaming. That's fancy for shiny. I spray her with special doggy perfume called Eau de Woof Woof. Frenchie smells fragrant now. The next morning, we all help bake a bacon and chicken carrot layer cake. That's Frenchie's favorite. My favorite is chocolate, but dogs don't digest chocolate. That means they eat it. If they eat it, they get sick and throw up. The frosting on Frenchie's cake is yogurt, and for candles, we use rawhide strings. Voila, it's done. Soon, the guests begin to arrive. Frenchie greets each one of them. I am almost positive she's barking in French. Miss Devine's dog, Jewel, looks nearly as fancy as Miss Devine. Miss Devine and Jewel even wear matching hair clips. Bree and Freddie bring their dog, Rusty. Sam and Scamp come too. So does my babysitter, Alex, and his beagle, Buddy. We give all the guests party hats. Scamp tries to eat hers. The party is a sensational success. Frenchie is a wonderful hostess. Oh look, there's that word sensational again. Remember, sensational means really good, awesome. The party was really good and awesome, sensational. So she lets the other dogs share her balls and tug toys. Soon, it's cake time. We all sing happy birthday to Frenchie as Mom brings in the cake. Uh-oh, Frenchie can't resist lunging at the cake. Mom drops it and Frenchie lands on top of it. The other dogs jump on the cake too. It's a total pandemonium. That means all the dogs go wild. The birthday girl does not look fancy anymore. She is covered in yogurt and cake. So are all the other dogs. I start to reprimand Frenchie. That's fancy for scold. But then I see that everyone is laughing. I start giggling too. After we wash off the dogs, Frenchie comes over and licks my face. She barks and wags her tail. She is telling me that this is the greatest birthday celebration ever. Wow, that was such a fun book. And remember, we learned some new words. We learned the word, hold on, the word exquisite. Remember, exquisite means fancy. And we learned that other word, sensational. That means really great and awesome. So I hope you had fun learning those new words, and go ahead and tell somebody at your family what the words were that you learned and let me know what you think.